obvious that the only reason why they're keeping this very rude and disrespectful woman is because she's a woman of color.
Breaking right now, a new crisis at BBC Breakfast as Naga Munchetty and Charlie Stayt, the Under Fire hosts, both under investigation, both accused of bullying, go into total meltdown. Now, I've got some fascinating insight about what is going on between these two, but I will repeat my overall view on this, which is that the British Bashing Corporation is proving itself once again to be total hypocrites because they sacked John Turode for literally repeating a Kanye West song lyric in a nightclub. They sacked Greg Wallace for literally making some inappropriate or slightly sexual jokes. But Naga Munchetty and Charlie Stayt, because of course they're teamed up, are safe because of her characteristics. The fact that she is a woman of color. That is total hypocrisy. But speaking of hypocrisy, I've got news on how Charlie Stayt is dealing with this, and I think it shows he's losing the plot. And Charlie, mate, you're a journalist, and so you have to remember that just because you are the focus of a story, it doesn't mean that different rules apply. So I can reveal today that Charlie Stayt has gone to IPSO, now that is the independent press regulation body, and demanded that photographers no longer take pictures of him arriving at the BBC. This is the private and confidential document which I am going to reveal to you for the first time today. It was sent to all newspaper editors in the United Kingdom. IPSO has today been contacted by a representative acting on behalf of Charlie Stayt. Editors may be aware that Mr. Stayt is one of the presenters of BBC Breakfast. Mr. Stayt has expressed concern about the conduct of photographers outside his workplace. In light of this, he requests that the press do not approach him for comment or photograph him when he is entering and exiting his place of work. He also requests that editors do not purchase or publish photographs which have been taken in such circumstances, and if they are unsure about the provenance of any photographs of him, he requests they contact the press office for clarification. Mr. Stayt, can I just explain to you how this whole thing works? You are an employee of the British Bashing Corporation, the BBC, the state broadcaster. We pay your wages. When you turn up for work at the BBC, you are turning up for work at a public place. It's just like how an MP turns up to work at the House of Commons. Are you seriously suggesting, Mr. Stayt, that the BBC should be able to stop taking images of people turning up at their place of work? You are losing the plot, mate, because you have become the story, but you cannot be a total hypocrite. Can you believe that more than half of you are watching this video but not subscribed? So please do me a huge favor, click the subscribe button now, turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to all of our brand new Outspoken videos. Now, I'm told that Stayt is very much struggling with all of this, and that there was a recent incident with paparazzi photographers where he started shouting and aggravating the situation and then recording the paparazzi back, which is perhaps what led to this IPSO complaint. More recently, he's had his driver park right up next to the studio in order to avoid them. But as I say, this is completely tone deaf for a man who is a journalist and who has failed to comment once on these very serious allegations against him. Meanwhile, the Daily Telegraph reporting that the BBC has a Naga problem, writing Naga Munchetty likes her toast made just so when she presents BBC Breakfast. It needed to be a little bit burnt, but not too much. And if you didn't get it right, she would never shout at you, but she would act as if it was a really stupid mistake to make, one former subordinate who used to be tasked with fueling the presenter tells me. Instead, she would be like, oh, they can't get the toast right. They can't do anything. We've learnt a lot, perhaps too much, about Munchetty's morning eating habits lately. A story in The Sun at the weekend claimed that the presenter had kicked off at a terrified intern over how they spread Marmite on her toast and moaned that her porridge was too hot and the blueberry topping wasn't to her liking. There was such a mad culture of fear around a very, very stupid thing, the former subordinate says. Yet it was said that his relationship with Munchetty and Stayt had broken down, and it was reported last week that he no longer directly messages his highly paid stars. This in reference to the show's editor, Richard Frediani. There have also been rumours that Munchetty and Stayt, who sit next to one another on the breakfast sofa 3 days a week, have fallen out. Couple that with the programme's tumbling audience figures and you have the recipe for a potential existential crisis. It's not without its achievements, but it's not central to the nation, says the BBC presenter. Maybe that's what breeds this crazed self-hatred. Another former breakfast staff, the same people who work in Salford, say, I wouldn't take a job at breakfast if you paid me twice as much as they're offering because it's so toxic. So again, I repeat, we have all of these allegations. Charlie Stayt is acting like he's completely out of control. The editor of the programme is acting like he's completely out of control. Naga Munchetty is allegedly bullying subordinates and making sexual jokes to producers on BBC Radio 5 Live. Yet she survives, apparently because of identity politics. This is bizarre. It's a situation I don't think the BBC can allow to continue, especially given, by the way, it's hardly been a secret that this is the most toxic sofa on earth. Watch this. But first, this episode of Outspoken is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. And I'm very excited to say the heat has officially arrived overseas. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in the white hot special edition colorway from Manscaped, now available across the UK, Europe, and Australia too. Now, this is the same trimmer trusted by millions of men down below, now with a clean white and gold finish that looks just as smooth as it shaves. And it isn't just a pretty face. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is built to handle your most sensitive areas with care, helping reduce the risk of nicks, cuts, and irritation where it matters most. So whether you're cleaning things up for a date, a trip, or just to feel a bit more put together, the white hot trimmer makes below the waist grooming a whole lot smoother, literally. Join over 12 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Use the code Outspoken for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. And let me tell you, the ladies in the Outspoken audience would really do well as using this as a fail-safe gift for your boyfriend, your husband, your son, your brother, your hard-to-buy-for best mate, because the blades are designed to glide over the skin with less tug and pull, helping the bloke in your life avoid the usual redness or irritation that comes with low-quality groomers. It's simple, it's effective, it doesn't require a whole routine. Just pick it up, clean up, and move on. Whether you're using it in the shower, on the glow, or standing over the sink before a night out, the White Hot 5.0 Ultra fits into your day without getting in the way. Plus, the white and gold design actually looks so good, I don't think you'd want to be hiding this away in the bottom drawer, right? White hot looks, smooth results. The White Hot 5.0 Ultra brings the heat without cooking your skin. It's sleek, easy to use, and way less terrifying than whatever you were using before. Use the code Outspoken for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. That's 15% off with the code Outspoken at manscaped.com. But now, back to the show.
Because you've come in making sure you've done your research on us. As well,
I think it's polite.
Also pointing your finger quite a lot, to be honest.
What do you?
That really, I'm so sorry, Charlie.
Do you not like being interviewed?
Do you know, I like communication. I don't mind.
You wish you were here now.
I don't like ice cream, Hannah.
You don't like ice cream,
No.
but you just said pistachio.
If I had to eat an ice cream for the rest of my life, it would be pistachio flavour, but I don't like cold food.
Do you like brownies?
Not so much. But, you know, we'll get to know each other, Hannah. And you'll find out Charlie likes ice cream. You'll get more
You definitely will. I won't be bringing brownies into the office then.
No, everyone else does. Don't let me deny the rest of the office. Hannah, it's been great talking to you. I'm glad you're enjoying the ice cream. Certainly needed in this weather. Take care.
I'm having a great time, yeah.
Thanks. Hannah being sent, imagine that. Oh, business correspondent, what's your job? I've got to be sent to an ice cream factory, and you actually like an ice cream parlour.
Do you think you rather brought the tone down there?
Oh, be quiet, come on.
Well, but Hannah
I apologise.
She was working hard, doing the story, and then... time now for a look at the headlines where you are this morning.
You would hear the voice later, and can you look interested? I'll look this way. Which camera? So the interesting thing here is that one thing is, which is it, camera 3? What am I? What, 4? No, I wanted a single because I think we just need to remove. There we are. The interesting thing you'll be asking at home is, what is the effect of that on a conversation you might have on Mars? So the effect of that is, one, you wouldn't hear the voice. You wouldn't hear the voices quickly. It would take a while to travel, and also it would be quite a bit quieter. So now you know. If you're having a conversation on Mars shortly, we know the official details on that.
I'm sweating.
It's nice when we pay attention, isn't it, what you're saying? It really is. Have you got a story?
I mean, they really can't stand each other. I'd love to know how long this can go on for. But to my superstar panel, Steph the Alter Nerd and Based and Bougie. Based and Bougie. The thing is, right, I struggle to see how Naga Munchetty is able to keep her job when the allegations against her are identical in many ways to the allegations against Greg Wallace and John Turode. It seems if at the BBC you're a straight, white, old man, it's very easy to get rid of you. If you're a woman of colour, there may be different rules.
I mean, it's obvious that the only reason why they're keeping this very rude and disrespectful woman is because she's a woman of color. And this is the whole issue that I have with this whole DEI, diversity, inclusion thing, is that we are not actually hiring people who are good at their jobs. Like, for you to not even be able to control your laughter, for you to not even to just pretend to like ice cream for just 1 minute, you can just tell that she's very comfortable with her paycheck and she knows she's not losing her job because she's a colored woman. And this is the problem that we're having. We're missing actual quality characters and quality presenters who can actually deliver something to the show, and not just lazy and comfortable about their jobs. And I find it so fascinating that she can act like such a brat and can consistently show unprofessionalism. But John Turode, I think that's how you pronounce his name, was sacked for playing a Kanye West song in his own private time outside of the BBC whilst he was at a nightclub. It's just clear racism. It's clear racism.
Anti-white racism. Steph the Alter Nerd, what do you make of the fact that Charlie Stayt is in such a mess? He's now demanding that he's unable to be photographed or filmed outside his place of work when he works for BBC News that films people outside their places of work every single day. I mean, it's champagne socialism hypocrisy, is it not?
Absolutely. And this actually has shades of Blake Lively and how she's dealing with things. And I say this because Charlie Stayt, what's going on with him is that the situation is getting out of control and he can't handle it and he's panicking and he's freaking out. And so what he's trying to do is he's trying to grab any straw he can to try and regain that control back. The problem is that when you're grasping at straws, you're not thinking clearly. And so when you take an action that you think actually you're going to get that control back, it backfires on you and you lose even more control. And this is what we're seeing here. He's done that message to Ipso, turning around and saying, I don't want people taking pictures outside BBC anymore as I enter into the building, this, that, and the other. It's got leaked somehow, whatever. And yeah, is that looking good on him? No, it's not. It's actually worsened the situation for him. If he doesn't want to say anything or do anything, then don't say or do anything. Keep absolutely still, go to work, do your job, go home. That's what you're paid for. You're not paid to try and control a narrative that you shouldn't have any control over in the first place. This is a story. The people in the UK deserve to know the truth of this story and what's going on. Because as you quite rightly said, Dan, we're the ones that's paying for his wages. He is in a publicly funded role. So the public have the right to know exactly what's going on with this whole situation. For him to try and censor that, it's made him and his situation much worse.
Totally, exactly, because what are you trying to hide? But look, at the end of the day, what is astonishing is that the British Bashing Corporation always ends up creating these monsters, always ends up in these situations. Just end it, but they won't have the balls to do that. And this is why so many hundreds of thousands of people every single year are stopping to pay the poll tax, which they try to describe as the license fee. And by the way, you've got the independent media to turn to, right? Including our incredible superstar panel today. You've got to follow and subscribe to them both across social media, but especially on YouTube. Based and Bougie and Steph the Alternate. I always love having you on Outspoken. Please come back very soon. Thank you both so much. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.